Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm revisiting the OnePlus 3T running Android Nougat 7.1.1, and we'll be specifically talking about the battery life on this phone. This is my soft-cooled 64GB version of OnePlus 3T. So let's get into the phone straight away using the fingerprint sensor, the lightning fast fingerprint sensor. There we go, boom, opens up straight away without any issues. I absolutely love the fingerprint sensor on this phone. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at the version of Android the phone is running before we look into the battery stats. So settings and all the way down to about phone, and as you can see it's running Android Nougat 7.1.1, as you can see right there at the bottom there, and also running Oxygen OS 4.1.3, and this is the model number OnePlus A3010. Also right at the bottom you can see it's running 1st of March security patch level update. Hopefully we'll get a new update soon enough, and this will also be updated. So without wasting any more time, let's quickly get started. Typical style, let's get into the gallery and show you some screen on times. Let's start off things with the very first screenshot, and as you can see here 5% battery was all the way down. I've been using it all day, mostly using Wi-Fi. So my camera app, Wi-Fi, everything else, YouTube, social media, bits and bobs, and eventually after using it for the whole day I was able to squeeze out 4 hours and 29 minutes of screen on time, and this graph clearly shows you here that mostly throughout the day I was on Wi-Fi and hardly used any 4G. Okay, once again the battery was down to 5% after a full day of usage. Social media, WhatsApp, Instagram, YouTube, everything else, and eventually after a long day of use once more, battery down to 5%. I was able to squeeze out 4 hours and 40 minutes of screen on time. Okay, yet another use again, down to 4%, and you can see after 50% the battery goes really down. I can't remember what I was doing, but it must have been something heavy. Let's have a look. It could have been, yes, I think it was here somewhere. Maybe I think I was streaming YouTube videos, something like that, but the blue line shows here clearly that right at the end I really pushed it, and that's why it went straight down after 50%. And after 1 day and 2 hours I was able to squeeze out a total of 4 hours and 52 minutes of screen on time. Okay, then I also tested the standby time. You can see at 2:17 on 20th of May the battery was down to 74%, and when I checked it at 15:20 in the afternoon, this was by the way really early hours in the morning, late at night, so when I checked it in the afternoon after 12 hours, in fact over 12 hours, the battery was down to 70%, so it had lost about 4% in just over 12 hours. So thumbs up, not bad standby times on 7.1.1. Okay, and here eventually in the end I thought, let me just use the phone fully only for 4G, no Wi-Fi. So I used the phone fully on 4G, and after 1 day and 2 hours I was able to squeeze out a total of 4 hours and 14 minutes of screen on time. And as you can see my usage here, it was occasionally heavy, but in the middle I did leave the phone for a few hours to check out the standby times, which was okay, same as before. And here you can see using Google Plus, social media, YouTube, Pages Manager for my Facebook and everything else, and Instagram and all that. So a fairly heavy day of usage, and eventually I was able to squeeze out 4 hours and 14 minutes on 4G only and no Wi-Fi, as the graph shows. I did connect the Wi-Fi maybe for a few minutes just to download something really quickly, but mostly as you can see 98% of the time I was using 4G. So the difference between 4G and Wi-Fi is about half an hour to 40 minutes. So if you're going to be using 4G, you will see the difference. So the battery, by the way, on this phone is 3400 milliamp with a 5.5-inch full HD panel. So keeping that in mind, a bigger battery, I think they could have squeezed out a bit more. The battery life was certainly better before 7.1.1. I was getting well above 5 hours of screen on time, so it has gone down a bit, no question about it. Hopefully in Android O, when this phone receives Android O, I will definitely be updating you guys about the battery life on this phone. I've also done an in-depth video, guys, a month ago on OnePlus 3T running Android Nougat 7.0. I will leave a link down below, so please do have a look and see. In that video I discussed everything in detail, including camera, battery performance. It was a very in-depth video, so please do check it out should you wish to. Since then nothing much has changed. Performance is absolutely fine, world-class performance, no issues whatsoever. The phone is really quick, and I love the way Oxygen OS has matured over the last 1 year or so. It has really improved. In fact, it's one of my favorite skins after HTC Sense. So the performance is top-notch and no complaints whatsoever. So guys, if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. Any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comment section, and like always, please subscribe as it helps, and I shall see you in the next video.